I wanted to just make note that in addition to June being Pride Month, June is also Black Music Month, and it's also the National Caribbean American Heritage Month. So there's a lot of celebration and observation of who we are happening in June, but all the time, right? All the time. So this month we are rooting ourselves in the universal principle of the law of mental equivalence. And we are using the spiritual practice of imagination so that we can strengthen our law of mental equivalence. Because if we don't see it within ourselves, then we can't be it, right? So we have to expand our equivalent of the things that we desire. And I gave you some love work for this month. I'm not even going to ask you if you'll remember. I'm just going to say it again, just in case. So our love work this month is a 30-day spiritual challenge, a spiritual practice challenge to affirm every day this shift is sacred. Because last Sunday we was talking about sacred shifts and honoring our thresholds. So the affirmation is, this shift is sacred. I walk with God. You could substitute that for I walk with love, I walk with joy, I walk with peace, right? And we're using our imagination, imagining ourselves walking with God, with love, with peace, right? Walking with it and being it, yes? Mm-hmm. As we cross every threshold that we cross, we affirm that and we see ourselves doing that. So how you're doing with that? Well,
good, yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Susie's being honest, right? Well, you know what? We can all start again today. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So our theme for June is commencement as communion. Commencement as communion. And I'll just remind you that the word commencement has its roots in a Latin word that means beginning. And the word communion has its roots in a Latin word that means mutual participation. So beginning and mutual participation. And last Sunday I shared that my girls were graduating from high school. Lord, y'all, it's laying me out. It really is. It's a lot. So shout out to all the parents who are in this experience of having their children graduate from anything. And we know that when we commit, that it is the end of a beginning. It is the end of a beginning. So we know that every new beginning comes from some other beginning ending. And I just love the thought of that, because a lot of times we think about endings and we're just like, it's done, it's over. But it also means that there's space for a beginning to begin. So my beginning for my girls is they'll be going to college in August. And last Sunday I asked, what are you graduating from? What are you graduating from? And what is your new beginning? What thresholds are you approaching in your life? What sacred shifts are you making? Those are all questions that I invite you to be with yourself with. They could also be journaling prompts for you to journal about. So whatever your new beginning might be, whatever thresholds you might be crossing on your spiritual practice, your spiritual journey, know that you are on your spiritual journey, and your spiritual journey is on holy ground. That you are standing on holy ground. So whatever your new beginning may be is in alignment with your purpose. So our message today, as Jan has shared, is on holy ground, rooted in purpose. Can you say that with me? On holy ground, rooted in purpose. Thank you. So two of our companion books, we have two companion books this month. So one is The Inward Journey by Howard Thurman, which is one of my favorite books. And the other is Oh, the Places You'll Go by Dr. Seuss. And that's another one of my favorite books as well. So I invite you to, check them out in the library and give them a read. This is what Howard Thurman says in The Inward Journey. To focus the mind and the heart upon God as the eternal source and goal of life. To find God as companion and presence is to do justly and to love mercy and to walk humbly with God. So our purpose is our goal of life. What is your goal of life? Our purpose is to know that we are one. That we are one. That we are God in this form. To know that we are in mutual participation with the one source, the one mind, the one life. And our life is an eternal commencement rooted in purpose and in communion with the divine. Ernest puts it this way. He says, Ernest Holmes, y'all, Signs of Mind founder. We are all rooted in one creative soil, and each is individualizing out of this creative soil that which is unique. So each of us has a unique purpose. So what does Ernest mean in practical terms? He means that we are rooted in God. We're rooted in love. We're rooted in the source. And from this, we branch out and express our unique, individualized purpose. So never think because someone is doing something that you would like to do that you can't do it. Because the way that you would do it would be unique to you. Yes?
Yes.
So this individualized life of God expressing through me and expressing through you is simply God in me. It is God in me. It is God in each and every one of us. So our life is rooted in the certainty. We can be certain about this. There's a lot of uncertainty in the world, but we can be certain, we can stand on this certainty that God in me is on holy ground, and I am rooted in my purpose that is uniquely mine to express. Repeat that. I'm just kidding. So in times of new beginnings, we often look outward, right? We look outward for direction. We sometimes look outward for purpose. We look outward sometimes to be affirmed. But true commencement does not begin out there. It's not external. It begins within. It does not begin with striving, with grinding, with struggling, or even figuring it out. How many times do you hear yourself say, I'm figuring it out? There really is nothing to figure out. It is remembering. I am remembering that I am on holy ground. I am remembering that I am rooted in a purpose that is uniquely mine, because sometimes we forget. We forget. So we know that everything that has to do with our purpose is already within us, is already known to us. And sometimes we simply forget. So we are remembering that we are rooted in our purpose. We are remembering that everywhere we are, God is. We are remembering that every place we stand is on holy ground. And we are remembering it's not just where we are, it's also how we are being where we are. How are we being where we are? Are you being grounded? Are you being centered? Are you being present? Are you being rooted? Or are you just like all over the place, off-centered, chaotic, right? And we know what that feels like. We know what that energy feels like when we are off-centered, when we're not present, where we're not rooted. Trees have deep roots, and those deep roots protect them from the winds and all of the activity that happens. And so are we. We are deeply rooted in our oneness and who we are. So Dr. Seuss says, in all the places you'll go, he says, you have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes, you can steer yourself any direction you choose. So what direction are you steering yourself? Because you have everything you need to do so. Everything you need, you have it already. But it takes some courage, y'all. It takes some courage and consistency to stay on purpose. It takes some courage and consistency to stay rooted in who you are. Don't let the world tell you who you are. Don't let the world limit you in any way, shape, or form. Know who you are. We know that God is within us, and we know that we have everything within us to live this purpose. Yes?
Yes.
So the invitation is to walk forward, even when it feels like we're in the unknown, when we're in the uncertainty, to walk like you know that you are rooted in what is known and what is certain. Is God known in your life?
Yes.
Yes. Is God certain in your life?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just checking, y'all. So the direction we get to steer ourselves is always in the practicing of the presence, right? Practicing the presence that's always present. So it's a practice of going within. That's why our spiritual practices are so important, because it's another way that we get to root and ground ourselves again and again and again. We just don't do it once. Wouldn't it be wonderful if we just did it once? Wouldn't it be wonderful if we went to the gym or we exercised just once? Everything was like, wouldn't that be wonderful? But it's not how it works.
Yeah.
That's not how it works. So we get to practice it over and over again, going within, going within. Where are you going? Where are you steering? What direction are you headed? I am headed within, because I need to spend some time within, with the God in me. So this purpose is not something that we arrive at. It's not a destination, y'all. It's a journey. It's a destination and a journey, let's say, right? It could be and both, but it's not just a destination. Because oftentimes when we believe that it's just a destination, when we arrive there, we are happy for a moment, and then we're like, oh shoot, now what, right?
Next question.
What's next, right? And then we get to do it again. We get to continue to create because we are creative beings. So when we search for our purpose, like it's a hidden treasure buried beneath a mountain of effort and striving, it is exhausting. It's not hidden. We get to remember and recover it because it is within us. So if someone asks you, where are you going with this? You could say, I'm going within. And they'll look at you like you cray probably, but that's where you're going. I am going within. I know the answers are within me. So it's time for us to root ourselves in our purpose again and again and again, right? We know that our true purpose is less like a map and more like a mirror. Everything reflects back to us. It's all a reflection back to us. All that we do, is this in alignment with my purpose? What is being reflected back to me? This is how I know, oh, I need to steer left. Oh, I need to steer because this is a dead end. Been here, done that before, right? So we get to steer ourselves and look at ourselves and see what's being reflected back. Because our life reflects back to us all the information that we need. So are you ready to root for yourself?
Absolutely.
I hear Roxanne saying absolutely. I don't know about the rest of y'all. Are you ready to root for yourself?
Yes.
All right now. So we are rooting ourselves in the knowingness that right where we stand is holy ground. Right where we stand is holy ground. We get to root ourselves in knowing that we are whole, we are healthy, we are worthy right here and right now. We are not broken. We are not broken, y'all. We have had some experiences that have rattled us, yes, but we are not broken. So we are whole with the one, with the infinite. We get to root ourselves by remembering that we are in mutual participation. We are in communion with the divine. And we get to root ourselves by moving forward by the truth of knowing our spiritual identity. Who do you identify as? I identify as God. We get to identify, to claim our true identity, God in me. So repeat after me, this time for real, y'all. You're with me on Zoom? Repeat after me. I remember who I am.
I remember who I am.
I walk in purpose.
I walk in purpose.
I am already whole.
I am already whole.
I am here.
I am here.
On purpose.
On purpose.
With purpose.
With purpose.
As purpose.
As purpose.
Yes, you are.
Ashe.
Ashe. Ashe. So we're going to do a quick meditation just to ground ourselves in this. So I invite you to just get comfortable right where you are. Let's check your posture. You need to like roll your shoulder back, you can do that. Whatever you need to do to be fully in your body. To close your eyes or lower your gaze and just be gentle with your breathing. Just allow yourself to arrive in this present moment, right here and right now, knowing that this moment is holy because you are here. You are here on holy ground. And then let's just breathe that in. Let that truth begin to settle into your beingness. You just release anything that is not this. With each breath, just silently repeat to yourself, I remember who I am. Just breathe that in, breathe that out. I remember who I am. And feel these words, like really feel them. Not as something you're trying to believe, but as something you already know. Know that you are not here to become something that you are not. You are here to remember what is already true. You are whole. You are worthy. You are divine. You are standing on holy ground because the dwelling place of spirit is exactly where you are. And take a breath. Now bring to mind something new you are stepping into. A fresh start. Maybe it's a shift. A threshold that you're crossing. Just bring that to mind. Let it gently rise within you. And now imagine roots growing from the soles of your feet into the earth. The roots are deep and strong and pulsating with life. These are the roots of truth, of oneness, of purpose. What does it feel like being rooted in purpose? Now silently affirm, my purpose is not out there. My purpose is within me. I walk forward guided by truth. I move in harmony with divine wholeness. Take a few more breaths. Let those affirmations plant themselves deep in your soul. My purpose is not out there. My purpose is within me. I walk forward guided by truth. I move in harmony with divine wholeness. And let us take a breath. And now gently place your hand over your heart. Just whisper aloud. I am standing on holy ground. I am already whole. I walk forward rooted in spirit. And so it is. Take a breath. You can gently open your eyes, wiggle your toes. And just carry this stillness, this groundedness, this sacred knowing with you as you move forward. Peace and blessings.